Okay, so let's get started. Hope you're able to hear my voice. Good morning and good afternoon to all of you tuned in from across the globe. I hope you all are keeping safe. Welcome to the webinar, Oracle e-Business Suite Upgrade Simplified using ChainSys Smart Approach. We are really excited to host this session, especially after the overwhelming response given to us last time. Before we kickstart, I would actually like to begin with, a couple of housekeeping, instructions to you about the webinar. Firstly, if you are, having any questions for us, please feel free to send it through the question tab at the bottom of the GoToWebinar. We'll be able to answer the questions at the end of the session. Let me quickly introduce myself to you. I am Murali Srinivas, Sales Director with ChainSys. I overlook inside sales initiatives for ChainSys, and I come with about 13 years of experience working along with the major consulting organization. Let me also introduce our powerful panel we have today. We have DSK. DSK is our VP of Operations, sharing his experience, 30 plus years of Oracle expertise with us. DSK, are you able to hear my voice?
We are able to hear Murali.
Okay.
Thanks for nice introduction.
Yeah. So DSK comes across with several years of experience. He has been with the industry for past 30 plus years, and he has worked across in major consulting organizations such as KPMG, OCI, and Oracle. So his presence for this webinar is invaluable for us. So let's get started with a quick introduction about ChainSys. Mostly, everyone here might be aware, but for newcomers, we will actually benefit them. So ChainSys, founded in 1998, headquartered in Lansing, Michigan. We have our innovation center here in Chennai, India, and we are partnered along with SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, and Salesforce, and many more. We have about 1,200 plus professionals working across the worldwide. About our Oracle practice, a bit, we have a center of excellence which comprises of 400 plus techno-functional executives who deal with complex implementations and support offerings. We offer Oracle consulting services right from implementation to ongoing and support services. We have very strong Oracle footprints serving customers across US, Middle East, APAC, covering India, Singapore, Malaysia, and also Australia here. We are also a product based company and have our data platform products and business solution products used for supporting implementations which are Oracle and SAP certified as well. So we will look at this products a little later in this webinar as well. So we are an end-to-end partner for all your large implementations and initiatives onto the ERP space and also the data management space actually. So coming to the agenda of this webinar, we have three parts here. The first part is going to be upgrade roadmap. So we have seen that Oracle has given this roadmap for wherein we have increased premium support till 2032 and ongoing. So you will have access to the Oracle Command Center module for BI and Oracle patching, which is a game changer. So we will surely look at this roadmap and the kind of upgrade roadmap and assess them. And also DSK will also give you a first-hand information how we can have this implemented within our organization. So we will also spend some time on the smart approach by ChainSys and we will also see how ChainSys can help you with respect to the smart approach, what we can suggest you, and take you through this approach, and how we can onboard, and how we can handhold you with the upgrade initiative. In the part 3, we will also have educated to you how ChainSys can be a value added partner to you in this upgrade initiative. So so now I will hand it over to DSK. So DSK, you can take over the presentation.
Okay, thanks Murali. Thanks for the entire audience who joined on this webinar from the different regions. So I think they hope you are all keep safe. Hope so you're all safe. And I'll just start with what is the roadmap. To start the entire webinar, I'll start with what is the Oracle direction and how we can help you in achieving and aligning yourself to those the roadmap. So that is the whole agenda of that. As like Murali said that we are the trusted partner for the Oracle from last 23 years, and we also have our products and innovations which will help to accelerate any of these upgrades and implementation. We will cover both topic and how we are converging and taking a synergy between the our products and Oracle the upgrades. Yeah, that's what we are going to cover this today. Okay, so if you see from the Oracle perspective, I think there is a continuous upgrades is happening both from the applications, the stack, and the technology stack. I think we are currently at the most of the customers would be either at the 12.1.3 or 12.2, or maybe there may be customers who are at 11.5.10. So what we are looking is that upgrading them into 12.2.9 and the later depending upon the timelines what they are looking at. So I think 12.1.3 the active support is going to get sunset by end of December. As of now, that is the timelines what Oracle is saying. There are going to be some relaxations depending upon the current situation. And if customers are go to the next slide. So if you are the customers in this road path, if you are getting into the 12.2 plus, then there is a continuous support for you for next 10 years. So what Oracle is committing themselves is that if you're on the at least 12.2 plus, then you have a continuous support from the next 10 to 11 years, which is a very good their value proposition for existing e-business customer. So what we are educating is that so Oracle is they're taking a right roadmap, and the customers like you who are all on e-business, I think it is they worthwhile to they continue to their investments on the e-business and stay on e-business, and that is what the whole the agenda and we are trying to convey. If you see from Oracle perspective, there is a continuous innovation. There is a 12.2.8, 12.2.9, which they happened the last year. And we have the 12.2 release also there. After that, there is some major releases on the ECC. So there is a continuous investment happening from Oracle. So you see that there is a change in the product. There is added functionalities, added features. So I think it is worthwhile to continue on as a customer on a e-business suite. Okay, so that's where this is the overall the roadmap or the releases which we are getting continuously from Oracle. Yeah. So go to the next slide. So I think, go to the previous slide, Murali.
Yes.
Yeah, so if you see that if you're on the release on 12.2, then at least you are supported for next 10 to 11 years, the in precise. So that means that if you're investing yourself in upgrade, your upgrade investments are going to value for next 10 years. Obviously, the right value proposition or the return on investment. Yeah, go to the next slide. So so what we are saying is that the why you do then upgrade from existing applications. If you see, there is 2,000 things from the two things. One is on a business need and is a technology need. From the business perspective, we all know that there would be we need to leverage new features and functionality. We also can address any new requirement or process improvement or re-engineering your organization is already going through. I think the upgrade is one of the major initiative where you can align yourself with those the changes which you are intending to do it. And the companies, another thing is that because all the companies are not ready for the cloud, they would be worth they can continue to the investment on e-business and go for a next upgrade, so that you're on you're on the latest version and you get a continuous support from the Oracle. And if you see from the bottom of the pyramid, there are a lot of the enhancements which you are getting at Enterprise Command Center, which is the dashboarding tool, which is the request from most of the customers. Oracle has invested on that, and there is a continuous improvement on those the dashboarding also. So while they develop the dashboards, there is a continuous release on those dashboards, so that people see the new enhancements on those boards. It also will they help you in the minimizing your BA investments if you are looking at a BA investment. And the next, what you look at the downside is that there is a UI change. The Oracle also come with there is a lot of enhancements on the UI part. And there is also the smartphone apps. So a couple of applications and processes has been moved to the smartphones, which will they helps the people to enable them on the smartphone or tablets. And this is also one of the requests from the lot of customers from the business world. So I think from the business perspective, these are apart from all the process improvement and re-engineering, these are the three major categories of benefits you will get out of this the upgrades. So from the technology side, I think the one is that you would be stay in compliance, and you would able to do the retrofit your customizations if you have done based on the new features and functionality. And you also have the supportability and the scalability. So I think these are the more from the technology side. Or if you're looking for the help any consolidation of the multiple instances as a part of your ERP transformations, I think upgrade could be one of the reason that you can take it and see that how do you consolidate all those instances, what would be the strategy. We worked with a lot of customers to achieve this, and I think that a lot of customers are looking for a consolidation also as one of the driver. Yeah, go to the next slide. Okay. So once you decide on once you are looking at an upgrade, this is the typical upgrade methodology, which most of the is aligns to OEM methodology, or it also aligns. It is of our methodology, and I think everyone has got their own methodology. What will typically, it is a typical upgrade methodology. What is the important the function in that is the planning part. How do you plan your upgrade? Right. So how do you what are the things, checks and balances you need to look into that before you start your upgrade activity. I think that is a planning phase. And next is that the first iteration of an upgrade, talking about the prepare your hardware and operating system, and they prepare a test environment and do a first round of iteration, and they do the retrofit entire your assemblies, and conduct a function, the feature functionality, the changes which is ERP offering. And this also will help you to the cutover estimation. That is what we are talking about, the first iteration. And you will conduct a second iteration also, so that you ensure that before doing a production upgrade, we do it 2 test upgrades. This is a typical recommendation. I think that depending upon your environment and configurations, we can see that how many iterations you really require. And this also solves the function of the business, the users testing and signing off on the new that. And the goal next is the go live phase, where you're really upgrading it in a production environment and ensuring that all the components are migrated to the new environment, and also the business start using that applications. And the next is handing over to the post support. This is a typical methodology where we we'll able to help you with our tools and methodology in each of these phases. I think which we could see it in the next couple of slides, where we'll demonstrate how we are going to help in each of these the phase of the project. Right, that is what we are trying to do a value add. So, and this is the smart approach for EBS upgrade and roadmap. So the first phase is that the assessment part of that, which will typically you do it as a part of the planning phase. So when you're doing another planning phase, what are things you would look at? And you look for the remediation. What are you first assess what is the current situation, and you do the remediation for that. Then you really take care of your upgrade part of that. And next you do a chameleon migration, and the final phase would be validation and testing part of that. In the part of the assessment and the remediation, and where I think we can help you in assessing the lot of things which is needed for this project. Yeah, go to the next slide.
Yes.
So in the part of, as a part of assessment, what are the things which we should talk about and assess before we really plan for an upgrade? So one is the data volume and the quality assessment. So here what we are talking about, what is the existing data volume? Suppose if you are the huge the database talking about the terabytes, or the 1 terabyte to 10 terabyte, anywhere if you are in that, and we need to really see that how much of that data volume is useful for you. You want to continue with the entire data, or you want to retire a couple of data, maybe depending upon your organization policy and the statutory requirement part of that. We can do that assessment and help you to see that what is the right data volume. You should take it from the next phase when you're upgrading it. So the next is infrastructure planning, and when you're doing an upgrade, we have to ensure that when you upgrade, you should be able to use the system for next 5-6 years. Whether your existing hardware would be able to scale it up to that, or you want to retire your existing hardware and they are looking for moving into the cloud environment, either like OCI or Azure or whatever you are talking about. Similarly, you can look into what is the Kebili objects assessment. How many objects are Kebili are used there? How many of them are an active objects? How many of the objects are not used regularly? And out of the Kebili object, how much you would getting impacted with this upgrade? And so we can do that entire Kebili the assessment part of that, which is very important to carry. And the fourth dimension is the setup object assessment. This is more of a functional assessment of that. What are the current configurations? What would be change in the configurations if you go for an upgrade? And is there any apart from the upgrade related setup changes, anything else you would like to look into that, so that the object processor are optimized? And you also see that you will have less issues in the support phase. So that's what I think we can do assessment on all of this the dimensions. And the key differentiator or maximize return is that when you are doing a data volume assessment, we can help you to assess the volume. And if you need an archiving or purging assessment, we can help you also do that. And also, if you are looking for any data quality assessment, suppose if you got the duplicates of the masters, like our item master, customer master, supplier master, we can also help you in assessing that how much of the duplicate and deduplicates you have, so that you can really take a qualitative assessment of the current situation. And they will also generate a reports as a part of this the assessment. So it will consist of setup and Kebili object, their reports and dashboards, and the patch impact analysis reports. And we are also can you provide you archival and purging assessment and dashboards. So if you need an archival, I think these are the complete assessment, smart assessment we can associate with you at the free of cost, and we can provide you this assessment depending upon the timelines where you are looking for this upgrade. Once you assess the current situation, and then what are the remediation where we can help you out. If you are looking for archiving and patching, we have the smart the data suite which can help you to retire the data which you don't want. And we have done it for multiple customers, and a lot of customers they get a lot of the hardware usage, and they will free the hardware usage so that they can they get returns on their hardware investments also and better utilize. And another is the data quality management part of that. Suppose if you got the duplicates for customers, suppliers, items, or anything you can think about, we can help you saying that we can analyze your data, and we can tell you that what kind of duplicates you see in the database. If you want to get rid of the duplicates, we can, our tool can help you to do get rid of these the duplicates within the existing your infrastructure. You need not go for a re-implementation. Without re-implementation, we can help you to the larger extent to the data quality the refinement. And similarly for the hardware part, what is your current hardware, what is the hardware the projections, and whether it will able to withstand for your upgrade, and how long this hardware can sustain. then we can also suggest you whether you need to buy the hardware or you want to rent the hardware. When you're talking about renting the hardware, so probably they're talking about migrating to the cloud, either to OCI, AWS, or Azure, so that your overall cost on the cost or overall investment would be less. Similarly, when we are talking about converting Cambly into standard, so you might have every customer, as you all carrying, there will be multiple the Camlys. It could be reports, it could be interfaces, it could be custom actions, or it could be workflows and alerts. What we can do that we can analyze the entire Cambly and say that either anything need to be all the standard meeting the coding standards, or all are they performing at actual the performance. And we also can help you to identify what are the changes we need to do it if we do upgrade, so that we can clearly assess that what are the timelines recommended for converting these Cambly objects. That is part of the Cambly. And we also can recommend the best practices from the functional perspective, as what kind of setups you would change, what kind of usage, what kind of business process you should accompany. So we can help you do the entire remediation part. Once you do assessment, we can help you into the remediation part. So I think this is an upgrade, the typical upgrade part. Where we can help you is that whether upgrading from the database, upgrading from the applications. So, and we can also enable the online patching. So we can they update the latest code, and we can they change the configurations and the product specific task. This is the core of an upgrade, but we can help you in the 2 steps before this upgrade, that is assessment and the remediation. And we can we can go to the next slide, Murali.
Yeah.
So when you're actually doing any upgrade, one of the key concerns for most of us would that how do I handle the existing Cambly? Okay, so because I don't know what gone into that, how much of those objects are getting used, how much of the objects are not getting used. Even if I assuming that 100% of the objects, how much of these objects I need to change the code. Okay, so that I'll fit for the to run it in the latest version of Oracle applications. So what we provide is that we'll provide the assessment and what is an impact of your Cambly, and we also tell you what is the cleaning and standardization you need to do it. And we can also help you to migrate migrate code changes and do a migrate. And our tools also capable of migrating from when you do these code changes. So from the first iteration to EAT and EAT to production, we can automate entire code migration so that there is no manual dependency of the code migrations. And so it would be smoothless and flawless the upgrade. And also it will have a flawless the fixing of entire custom components. Yeah, so what the reports we get for you, then go to the previous slide.
Yes.
So what we provide is that what is the Cambly migration report, and what are the checks and balances, and what could be the objects they getting impacted. We'll give you the completely the report on this, so which can be used for your upgrade. And I think that you can have the fair assessment of entire your custom components using our smart bot tools. Yeah, go to the next slide. Yeah, so the next the important component we are already addressed. See, as a part of an upgrade, we already addressed the hardware sizing infrastructure part. We are already addressing the custom components, and we are also addressing the important is the business process and business process modifications. And another important dimension is that how do you ensure that I do it right testing, and I ensure that I do the test the end-to-end process. And I ensure that I don't fail when I get into the new version in production. So what we use a smart tool for the smart tool, so that the testing can be autonomous, and that means that our tools can test on behalf of you in the first iteration, and also into the EAT also. Probably we can take a lot of your the testing load onto using our tool, so that the test can the testing our tool can do the app bots. We typically call app bots. App bot can do an autonomous testing, and it can also generate your test test reports, and it also can generate what are the cases failed, and it also can generate you the entire the test document for you. So we can they completely take care of your the testing process also as a part of this upgrade exercise. So I think the all the key pillars for your upgrade we are already taking care of with our smart approach. And this is the couple of the screenshots which talks about how do we testing and other things. I think we are going to run past you through the entire the testing process automation, how we can do using our testing test. Yeah. These are the key features and functionality of our test pods. It can also help you in testing your the legacy applications if you have anything carrying along with e-business.
Let's execute a process. Each data flow will allocate each different countries like the USA or Singapore. Now the first bot is executed, it is automatically logged to the business suite. Now the second bot is triggered. It will automatically log into Oracle e-business suite with different users, and it will test the failure case and information. Now the third bot is triggered. It will automatically log into Oracle e-business suite and will test the validation base, which is applicable for only Singapore-based employees and information. Here we have the data flow execution summary. Now we download the test bot execution document. We have downloaded the document. This document will have all the detailed information, every executed step, the screenshots. Here we're downloading the failure case execution document. This document will have details of every step, including the screenshots of error cases. Thank you.
So I think just to summarize what we have shown as a video, part of a video, I think we can automate the configurations. If you are looking for any additional the configurations as a part of the upgrade, like you're want to include the couple of operating units, couple of the inventory organizations, we can help you on that. And if you want to test the end-to-end from the ERP perspective, after upgrade, our testing suite can automatically they help you in doing the testing processes. Or if you got any applications which are the legacy and third-party applications which you want to continue after upgrade, we can also facilitate end-to-end testing from those applications to e-business. And we can also get you the test results report, and we can also provide you the BR100 documents, and we can ensure that we can provide you all the necessary documentation using the automated processes using our SmartPart tool. Okay, so we have covered the most of the accelerator or the tools which we can provide. So this is the summary of what we are talking about. Why you should take in the ChainSys as a partner. So we have an end-to-end the solutions for upgrade, right? So either you are talking about the implementation, rollout, or consolidation of instances as part of an upgrade, or it is a pure play technical upgrade only. We can facilitate, we can scale up to the any requirement from you. And that is one of the important part. Any risk mitigation, saying that after when you're doing an upgrade, so you don't know how many of the objects has to be migrated, how many of the Kimli objects has to be moved into that, how many chain need to be touched, how many need not be touched. So that entire risk mitigation we are doing an upfront, including your functional configurations, business process changes, infrastructure management part of that, and the data retrieval part. Everything we are doing it an upfront, so that the project is you are planning enough to take this project, so that there is no risk carried for that. Another is on the data security part. Any when we are accessing and upgrading, if you require any data masking part of that, using our tools we can do entire data masking, so that nobody can see the data which is very confidential for your organization. And we also can bundle archival services, where you want to retrieve the data beyond 5 years, beyond 6 years, or the specific manufacturing data I don't want to carry beyond 3 years. So those are all the archival options we can provide you. And there is a lot of a validation bundled with migration to ensure that the high data quality. If you are looking for improving your data quality and coming back to the original data, and you want to take out duplicates, if you want to purge a couple of records, or if you want to get rid of the duplicate suppliers, customers, and all the things, we can help you out with achieving this high data quality. And we also provide multiple test cycles. So what we have, they typically included in our plan is 2 test cycles. If you want to include less or more, we can always tailor made to ensure that when you're doing a testing cycle, so we have an automated testing cycles, which we are talking about ready to use automated testing pods. So when you're doing an upgrade, so we have pre-built the testing suite, so the entire testing can happen. If you want to use the same testing tools for your legacy applications or third-party applications, post-upgrade, what is impact of those things, we can do that. So, and we can also provide you automatic setup validations, and we also have the certified both the technical and functional consultant, and we have a certified project managers as part of this project. So so you can see that a lot of value addition which we are providing as a part of any upgrades. So we are the right partners considering on those context. And from what is there, you're providing a lot of tools. What I'm going to get out of that? So you will save 20 to 30% of your time for an upgrade. So the typical upgrades take 4 months. Probably we are talking about they're reducing it by 20 to 30% of time. Probably we are talking about a month less than that. Okay, so and obviously your cost would be less because you're already hitting on the timelines, and so because we are taking so many the pre-planning measures, so I think your cost would be the rest. So for doing all this exercise, you are not looking for any third-party tool. ChainSys take end-to-end the ownership for all these tools, all these accelerations which you are talking about, and the whole thing is automated using the tools. No coding, no data loss. And we are ready and help you all the customers do a free assessment before an upgrade. What kind of checks and balances they need to look into that entire the upgrade free assessment can be done at a free of cost. So that is what we are talking about as a value add from the old ChainSys perspective. I think this is what we are trying to cover as a part of today's exercise. I think we can go to the next slide, Morley. I think we can open ourselves for question answers. So these are the point of contacts for if you need any help or assistance in doing that. I think now we can open the forum for the question answers, Morley.
Yes, please drop in your questions so that we will be able to take up about half a dozen of them. So DSK, we have one question which has come in. They're asking that other than Oracle support timeline restrictions, what will be the main advantage for the migration? What ChainSys can offer us?
Okay, so what we can offer is that as a part of this, what we can offer is that from the standard product perspective, why you need an upgrade, correct? That is an important question everybody is looking at, right? One is that functional enhancements we are getting out of 12.2 plus. I think there is a continuous innovation and there is a continuous functional enhancement. I think ECC is one example, mobility is another example, entire UI change is another example. I think that is where from the functional side, that is a VAT. And another is on the technology side. I think we are getting into the latest technology. I think we are getting into 19C, 20A, 20B kind of a database, which will give you a lot of the functionality of performance. That apart from that, what ChainSys can provide you, that ChainSys can help you in revisiting your business processes, and we can re-engineer your business processes based on your organization needs. And we also can assess what is your current issues and pain points, and seeing that how do you fix those issues and pain points as we go along. Hope
Okay.
I answered the questions.
Yeah. So we have a few more questions which are coming in. So when is the Oracle stopping support for 12.1.3?
So as of our understanding, it is at the end of this fiscal year. I think that is the current stand. There could be changes depending upon what policy looks at. As of now, it is the end of this fiscal year. I think even if it get either way, I think your upgrade will take its own time, like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, depending upon what is the size of the applications. I think it is better you plan in this quarter, so that you would not have any issues or hiccups from the technology perspective.
Yeah. So there are also questions. What happens if we continue using 12.1.3 beyond December 21?
I think there is a sustainable support there is from Oracle. So I think only it will your support cost will be the larger than what you expect.
Okay.
That is from that, and from the applications perspective, I think you are not using leveraging your the investments.
Okay. Sure. So we also have another question from the same person. Does the assessment cover India localization, Brazil, any GST configuration in APAC, and VAT configuration and implementations in Middle East?
Yes, or the tool we can assess the including India localization, GST or VAT wherever we are doing that assessment, whichever country we are doing that assessment, it covers.
Okay. So we have few more questions coming in. Does this assessment tool show personalization and OA framework customization?
Yes, it covers that.
Okay.
We looked into the entire the assessment as a holistic approach rather than looking at a piecemeal. So any changes or any small changes in the native applications or the packaged application, we are going to take that and come back to you.
Okay. So we have a few more questions coming in. What would be the timeline for upgrade consisting of modules in the EBS? Those are AP, AR, GL, purchasing OM and OPM. What would be the kind of a timeline for this? What is the value proposition compared to the competitors?
See, I think once we have the assessment, I think we can really give you the why what is the value prop we bring into the top of that. If you're talking about these kind of the upgrades can be done at the plain vanilla in 2.5 to 3 months. But all depends upon the number of customizations you have to that. How many of them has to be retrofitted? Okay. Yeah, so barring that, I think if you're on 12.13 customer, if you need to upgrade to 12.2.8 or 9, whatever the version you want to look at that, it should be somewhere around 3 months, depending upon if you got too many custom objects, then obviously this timelines may increase.
Okay. So is there any additional license required during upgrade, app and DB?
We don't envisage any upgrade. The licensing requirement only for an upgrade. If you're already paying your the yearly the AMS fees, support fee, we don't envisage anything from the application perspective.
Okay. So we're also having a few more questions dropping in. Is the assessment purely technical, or there are going to be functional assessment also required to be carried out?
So we also look at your the current issues and pain points. So I think the going by all the 100 process to 100 process may be very difficult as a part of assessment. Definitely we'll go with your key pain points and the issues you are encountering at this current point of time, and that functional assessment also would be part of the exercise.
Okay. Will the tool take care of custom components which are in the earlier version? Will it convert the custom components to make it run in the new version?
The tool is not automated. Tool can analyze and say that the impacted components. We are not automated tool to rebuild the code. That will be still in the technical programming. They need to be done. I think that activity is still need expert. I think, but it is a very incremental.
Okay. So we're also having a couple of questions more. What will be the timeline for migrating to 12.1.3? Is someone is asking. Yeah.
What is that, Murali? Can you repeat?
Yeah, I will repeat. What would be the time of the upgrade projects, if at all we need to upgrade to upgrade from 12.1.3?
Okay. So timelines, I think typically depending upon what is the landscape and the modules they are implemented, and how much of the customizations you have done, and what is the database size you are currently carrying. And it also factor of your existing database size, database version. If you're on the 12C, then obviously it also requires the huge upgrade. Or that all depends upon the combination. Typically, the project should take somewhere around 3 to 4 months, assuming that it is a complex project. If it is the medium complex project, if it is a less complex, probably it will take less time. And if it is the more complexity is there, it will take more time. I think if you see the general ballpark figures would be around 3 months.
Okay. There are a few more questions coming in. In the interest of time, yes, we can still cover. Is there a major change in table structure in 12.2 compared to 12.1.3? If so, then the Cambly migration will be needed reworking on many fronts. Will you assess? Will your assessment help in any ways?
No, I think there is a changes in the table structure. Not huge, but there is some amount of changes in the table structure. So that is where our tool will analyze what of the depending upon your Cambly object. Suppose if you are using order management module, okay, so my tool will able to understand what is an OM structure and what is the custom components you have built in, and what is the order management table structure in 12.2.10, and it will show that okay, these are the 4 objects which may get impacted because there is a change in the underlying table structure.
Okay.
Yeah, I hope I answered the question.
Yeah. So there is another question. What will be the minimum hardware requirement? So
I think that is part of it is hard to comment on that. So because that's where we are saying that we'll engage with you and they help you in assessment so that we understand your existing hardware. Okay, so as such there should not be any incremental on the hardware part, but I think they're right. We can get you right answer once you do an assessment on the hardware.
Yeah, partially covered. And more assessment would be actually required to know more further regarding the hardware details and the configurations and setup details about the hardware to comment upon this. What is the minimum project timeline required? Production, cover over period in hours. So, now how do you comment, sir, here?
What is that? Can you repeat that?
What will be the minimum project timeline required for migration? Production cutout period in hours. Would there be any production cutover? Is what audience is asking.
Yeah, there would be production cutover because we are only going to upgrade on the production environment. So I think the time could be the 8 hours to the maybe up to 24 hours, depending upon what is the database size and what is the version of the database. And these are the two important factors which will determine the cutover. And as a part of assessment, we can give in a ballpark estimates for blackout period, and the same can be validated with iteration 1.
Okay.
Of upgrade.
Okay. So we can still take a couple of more questions, maybe. So do we have to upgrade our database to 12 or 19 from 11G for upgrade to 12.2. Newer version?
I think the recommendation is to upgrade even the database also. The reason is that when you want to compliance with the Oracle the support policy, you should be compliance both on applications and the database. I think you should take this the database upgrade also as a part of the exercise. While you don't get any additional functionality, what is this incremental effort, a very small incremental effort, you should upgrade your database also, so that you can improve your performances.
Okay. So there is also a question about the tool. Does the tool mentioned in the PPT also covers the upgrade project what you implement? Does that cover the cost of the tool?
Yes, when we are actually they are providing the services, we provide the bundle services. So I think it includes our product, the product cost during the project timelines.
Okay. Fair enough. They're also asking a few more questions regarding the tool actually. So how about the load testing using your bots tool? So what kind of offerings does that provide?
I think we can assist in the load testing. I think the more we are focusing on the regression testing and functionality testing at this point of time. So because I think considering an ERP space, and we are also doing the exercise of the assessment for our hardware, the hardware part. We don't see the really load test could be the considerable significant for this project, but if you want, we can assist you on that.
Okay. So we have another question. A quick question is about whether you also provide process help with the upgrade for clean stat and migrate as well.
What is that question? Can you repeat more?
Yeah. Do you support for clean stat and upgrade? Is what they're asking. As per your process, do you also help us with the upgrade for a clean stat and upgrade as well?
Yes, I will do.
Okay. Sure. I think most of them are covered. Some more questions coming in. 1 second, sir. So can we take a couple of more questions, sir?
I think you can take maybe another 2 questions.
Yeah, sure. Considering COVID pandemic, entire projects can be handled in offshore or remote mode is what an attendee is asking. Would it be possible?
Yes, is it possible? I think we typically can be done. We have done multiple projects with the remotely for especially on upgrades. Okay, so I think that is where we are trying to automate as much as using for testing or anything. So, and we also know that business is a priority in this pandemic scenario. That's where we are also helping them and taking some of their load in testing.
Okay.
Absolutely done can be remotely.
Okay. So there is also a question coming in. How many upgrade projects have you done till date, and what is the recent one which you can actually showcase here?
I think we can because we are not talking about a customer case studies here. If any specific one needed, we can always obviously do that. I think we have done 20 plus upgrades.
Okay.
And we have done the most complex upgrades in India and the Middle East region also. We are doing most complex upgrades.
Okay.
One of our upgrade covers the almost 1,000 users plus upgrade. Another is the upgrade we are talking about around 5,000 users. So that is the user count we are talking about.
Okay. So
and all these projects are also handled remotely.
Sure. Yeah. Any exposure on Brazil localization? And
yes, we have we have the SMEs who has the expertise on the Brazil. Any specific the questions we can obviously take another session and they have one-on-one conversation with people who need that expertise.
Sure, then I think most of the questions are covered here. So in case if you have any further questions, please drop us an email, and we will be able to answer them. And maybe if required, we can also do a quick assessment over the call and try and understand your current versions and systems accordingly, and assist you with the suitable solution there. So yeah, I think almost the questions are covered here. So yeah, so there is a Thanksgiving note from the audience side as well. So the feedback is that the session covered most of the upgrade roadmap, and we are thankful to your details provided. Good. Thanks very much for giving us this opportunity to give you a walkthrough about the Oracle EBS upgrade initiative, and we look forward to being associated with you, and keeping in touch with you for the upcoming initiatives, and we'll stay in touch wherever you guys are, and stay indoors, stay safe. So we look forward to meeting again and closely associating with you. So as per the situation claims, let's be indoors and be safe. So yeah, I think with this note we can actually wind up this webinar. So further things you can actually drop us a note, and we will cover it through. So thanks very much for the audience here. You've been a very patient audience, and the questions asked were very much welcoming, and hope we answered them through. So let's be connected, and let's drive the initiatives further. Thanks very much. Thanks DSK.
Thank you Murali. Thanks for everyone. Be safe and take care of yourself.
Thank you then. So with this note, I will close this webinar. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.